Prime Minister Modi stresses on the need to improve quality of indigenously manufactured products. In Assam, notification for second phase of assembly elections issued, 39 seats to be covered in this phase. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma Charcot Festival observed in Mizoram. Chief Minister Zoramthanga graces occasion as Kutpa. And in cricket, India were 294 for 7 in their first innings against England on the second day of the fourth and final test match. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Jolly Khoikia Gokoi with the stories in detail. Addressing a webinar at the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, and Niti Aayog on production-linked incentive scheme, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stressed on the need to improve the quality of indigenously manufactured products to make them more competitive and acceptable across the world. He said the government is working with the industries for manufacturing of more user-friendly, affordable, sustainable products having cutting-edge technology. The scheme has been launched to make the country self-reliant in various sectors by providing incentives to the industries to boost the production. Modi also stressed on improving the ease of doing business, reducing the compliance burden, cutting down the logistics costs, and preparing districts as export hubs.
हर तरह से स्पष्ट है, हमारी सोच है मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट, मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस। हमारी अपेक्षा है जीरो इफेक्ट, जीरो डिफेक्ट। हमारी प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट्स, प्रोडक्ट्स की क्वालिटी और एफिशिएंसी ग्लोबल मार्केट में अपनी पहचान बनाएं।
Addressing a virtual summit with his Swedish counterpart Stefan Löfven today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India's culture has always stressed on the importance of living in harmony with nature. He said the country is moving ahead on its commitments made under the Paris Agreement. He added that India has provided medicines and other essentials to over 150 countries while the world was fighting the pandemic. Till now, India has delivered made-in-India vaccines to nearly 50 countries across the globe. India and Sweden can further their relationship in innovation, technology investment, startups and research, added Modi.
उस समय मुझे स्टॉकहोम आने का अवसर मिला था। मैं आशा करता हूं कि जल्द ही दूसरी इंडिया नॉर्डिक समिट के दौरान हमें फिर से मिलने का मौका मिलेगा। 2019 में हिज मैजेस्टी द किंग और हर मैजेस्टी की भारत यात्रा हमारे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य का अवसर था। मेरी उनके साथ
The notification for the second phase of assembly elections has been issued in Assam and West Bengal today. In Assam, 39 assembly seats will be covered in this phase. 12th of this month is the last day for filing of nomination papers in this phase. A total of over 73 lakh voters can exercise their voting rights in this phase. According to reports, the issuance of notification for the formal process of filing of nomination papers has begun. Meanwhile, major political parties are expected to announce their candidate lists soon. The first phase of polls will be held on the 27th of this month. Chief Electoral Officer Assam Nitin Khare today at a press meet in Guwahati launched 2 mascots, Bohag and Bohagi, under the awareness program Systematic Voters Education and Electoral Participation. Both the mascots personify the energy of a young and vibrant Assam who are well-informed and vigilant voters. With the main motive of this campaign being to target the new voters and raise the voting percentage to 85%, Bohag and Bohagi are expected to motivate the people of the state to come forward, exercise their right to vote and celebrate it with gaiety this Bohag Bihu. The theme song of the campaign was also released. However, keeping in mind the COVID guidelines, Khare informed that in order to avoid crowding, extra polling stations will be set up. Prominent personalities of Assam were present at the meet as icons for the campaign. Meanwhile, Rian Parag, a popular cricketer from the state, appealed to the young voters to come out and exercise their right. Rian will also be exercising his right to vote for the first time this elections. Now we take a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
अगर आपका केवाईसी अपडेट करना है, नहीं तो अकाउंट और एटीएम कार्ड ब्लॉक हो जाएगा।
सावधान, सावधान।
2.5 करोड़ का इनाम मुझे। देखिए, अनजाने कॉल्स, फर्जी ईमेल्स, लिंक्स और जाली ऐप से अपना पिन, ओटीपी, पासवर्ड कभी भी किसी के साथ शेयर न करें। आप रहेंगे सावधान तो नहीं होगा नुकसान। आरबीआई कहता है, जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma launched the Prime Hub at Tura in the presence of Commissioner and Secretary Dr. D. Vijay Kumar, Deputy Commissioners and entrepreneurs. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister said that the Prime Hub would act as an incubation center and a center to create an energy among the youth. He hoped that the Prime Hubs in different locations would address most of the issues the state entrepreneurs face.
As an incubation center, plus a meeting center, plus a center just to create that energy in the youth, So you just have something you want to do, and you just don't know who to talk to and who to, sit with. We're hoping that this Prime Hubs in different locations will address most of the issues that the entrepreneurs face. We may not be able to change everything.
In Kohima, the consultative meeting of the Cabinet Subcommittee Working Group with civil society organizations on reservation in government services was held today. Minister Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue, Neba Kronu said that the issue of reservation in government services have been deliberated by various committees, etc. While reservation for indigenous Nagas was introduced in 1967, the reservation policy for backward tribes has been in existence since 1977. Over the last 44 years of its implementation in the state, the reservation policy has undergone several changes. No policy is perfect and needs to evolve with time. Accordingly, the government has decided to review the existing reservation policy. In Mizoram today, the most joyful festival, Charcot, was observed with much cultural fervour and gaiety. Gracing the occasion, Chief Minister Pu Zoramthanga was the Kut Pa, father of the Kut festival. Here is a report.
Here in Mizoram, even though Charcot cannot be celebrated in the presence of large crowd like it used to, it is observed with much joy and fanfare. This festival is a spring festival celebrated during March after the completion of the most arduous task of June operation.
Amber to til pakat tlak chamanei chu thuoina antla chama chu wangin an jihuai huai maya mas vuaturtin adu lo pol kong zonen agitation neinen America le kovel mundangate ado pol thuoi lo pol an lo omta
wherein there's dancing, singing and performance by artists and various cultural troupes which can be viewed through DD Mizoram and other local channels and YouTube channel.
In cricket, India were 294 for 7 in their first innings against England at Stamps on the second day in the fourth and final test match at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. Wicket-keeper batsman Rishabh Pant's brilliant century of 101 from 118 balls gave India a solid lead against England. The hosts are now leading by 89 runs. Washington Sundar on 60 and Aksar Patel on 11 were at the crease when stumps were drawn this evening. Earlier, after resuming their play from the overnight score of 24 for 1, India lost 6 wickets before tea on the second day. Arunachal Chief Minister Pema Khandu, while addressing a cultural event, Divya Kala Shakti, themed Witnessing Ability in Disability, presented by Divyangans at the Dorji Khandu Convention Centre, assured that he would take up the issues of persons with disabilities in the ongoing budget session. The cultural program was organised to showcase the talents and skills of Divyang children and youths in particular in performing and fine arts. Organised by the Social Justice Empowerment and Tribal Affairs Department, Women and Child Development and the Health Departments in collaboration with Cuttack-based Swami Vivekananda National Institute of Rehabilitation, Training and Research, participants from Assam, West Bengal, Arunachal, Tripura, Manipur, Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim, Odisha, Meghalaya and Nagaland were seen presenting folk dances, Bihu, Khatriya, Kathak, Yoga, bodybuilding and martial arts. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma inspected the ongoing construction of the Tura-Dalu-Bagmara road. He expressed satisfaction on the ongoing construction and directed NHIDCL to further accelerate the construction so that it is completed within the stipulated time frame. Sangma said that the Tura-Bagmara road had remained neglected for years and MDA government is working in a synergistic approach to improve road communication across the state. In the COVID update from the country, a total of 13,88,170 doses of vaccines were administered in the last 24 hours, with which the total number of people vaccinated in the country so far stands over 1,80,05,000. Meanwhile, more than 13,000 people have recovered in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of recovered cases in the country to over 1,08,39,000. Presently, the total number of active cases stands at 1,76,319, with which the total number of positive cases in the country amounts to over 1,11,73,000. However, with 113 deaths being reported in the last 24 hours, the total death toll stands at 1,57,548. In the COVID update from the Northeast, Assam reported 279 active cases, 2,14,894 discharged cases, while death toll is 1,093. 2 active cases in Arunachal Pradesh, followed by 16,780 released cases. The dead account for 56. With 32 active cases, Manipur reports 28,878 cured cases, while tally for the dead is 373. Meghalaya has 13 active cases, followed by 13,805 released cases. The tally for the dead is 148. In Mizoram, active cases 18, while cured cases stands at 4,400. The dead account for 10. Reporting 15 active cases, Nagaland has logged 12,104 discharged cases, while the death toll is 91. Sikkim has 32 active cases, followed by 5,987 cured cases. The dead account for 135. Saddled with 32 active cases, Tripura has logged 33,001 released cases, while the tally for the dead remains 391. Now to end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi stresses on the need to improve quality of indigenously manufactured products. In Assam, notification for second phase of assembly elections issued, 39 seats to be covered in this phase. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma launches Prime Hub at Tura. Charcot Festival observed in Mizoram. Chief Minister Zoramthanga graces occasion as Kutpa. And in cricket, India were 294 for 7 in their first innings against England on the second day of the fourth and final test match. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.